Hey, thanks for watching. Welcome back. And I am going to do some DIYs for fall today. You need this mesh tubing from Dollar Tree. It comes in this style that looks like a rope, and it also comes, I think, in orange and purple. But this is what I needed for what I'm doing. So one thing I found with this is if you can pull on it and kind of straighten it out a little bit, it's stretchy a bit. So it's been cooped up in the package, looped around, and it might work a little bit better if you do that a few times to it. I do that further down in the video. I didn't realize that until I started doing it. So anyway, that's what I would try first. Okay, so first what you want to do is cut the size that you want. Start with 2 pieces. What I should have done, which would have made it easier, is to just glue the complete circles, 2 circles together, and then glue those together on one side. That would have taken probably a little less time to start it that way. But I was doing this for the first time, and so this is how I did it, so you can learn from my mistake. It can be a little tricky to deal with this cord since it is bent, but again, if you stretch and pull on those, it'll help a little bit, but that was kind of the problem with this. So that's what you'll want to do, is start with your crisscross sections or your 2 circles, if that makes sense, and glue them together. So that's what it's going to look like. That's your starter piece. So as you see here, I've added more pieces, and I'm just kind of pushing it around to see how it lays. Do I want to add more? Do I not? And I think this is footage from the smaller one, maybe, because it's only the 4 pieces again. But anyway, that's what you'll want to do, is you'll want to see how you want it to lay. And the more I put on, it created sort of a base on the bottom where it came together with the glue. So it was going to sit however it was going to sit. But for me, I really liked that it came out in a way that is not perfect, because there's no perfection in nature. And your pumpkin would be different sizes, different shapes. And I like that actually both of these that I make are tilted. They kind of tilt to the side, and so I like how they don't sit upright. That actually looks more organic to me. And if you know me and my channel, I like organic, so I like how things just kind of happen. So that's what I did. Okay, so we're on to the next one. These are just your basic Dollar Tree styrofoam lightweight pumpkins, and what I'll be doing is just redoing them. I'm going to paint one, hand paint one in an abstract look, and the other one I will use some leftover hula skirt, which I did tell you in an earlier video that I keep those things because you never know when you're going to need it or use it. And so you'll see what I've done. Okay, so all I'm using is craft paint and acrylic paint. And craft paint is basically just acrylic paint. It's just not as high a quality, but I just use what I have on hand. And this is a cadmium red with sort of a darker gray beige, and it comes out to be like this brick color. And I'm just taking big sweeps as much as possible because I actually wanted the base of the pumpkin color to kind of come through. And then this color here is like a light terracotta color, and it also is the cadmium red light with a kind of a light beige. And so these are the colors that they came out to be. And I believe I did 2 coats, but I still did it so that the color of the actual pumpkin showed through, and that's what I liked. Okay, so for painting this pumpkin, really it was just whatever I thought I wanted to lay down in the colors, and I tried to keep them in some tones that you might see in fall, but also, you know, some deep pink is on there as well, and I just did it abstractly. Sometimes in my artistic painting life I do abstract paintings, and so I just went with that. It's really whatever you feel. And I do like how this turned out. You can do this in any color scheme that you want or that you have in your house, so just do whatever you like. Okay, so moving on, here is the leftover pieces that I used in an earlier lamp video, which I'll link down below, and you can take a look at that, because I believe in recycle. So I know I can find a use for almost anything. So what I did is I started with my design as just the crisscross, you know, because that gives you your 4 sections, and your chances of making things look a little bit more even on something like this are going to be better if you do it this way. Sometimes on this kind of a design you can find areas that have been left out, or a little too wide or a little too skinny or whatever, and so you don't want to do that usually with something like this. On the strips here, I did make them different lengths because I thought that that would make it more interesting for this project. And it did. I filled it in really well, and I really liked how it looked. You'll see right here. And this was an afterthought. I had these tacks on hand, and I thought, wow, that might look kind of cool. It made it look maybe a little bit more industrial, a little bit more masculine, and I just thought, you know, I have a husband. Maybe I can gear some things that way too. But I did like how it turned out. I didn't glue them on here. I just shoved them in since it's styrofoam, but you could certainly glue them if you wanted. But I did like it. Turned out good. Here is also these feathers that I had on hand, but these are ones I got years ago from Michael's. I think they do still carry them because Michael's has everything. So there you go. These are my backyard twigs that I had, and I just broke them in pieces, glued them together, and what I did was I wound up using some of the stretchy rope that I used for the earlier pumpkins. I just cut it open and sort of just used 2 pieces to cover the centerpiece where you were gonna see, you know, the feathers and the glue and things, and I didn't want that, so I wanted to do just a little bit more to make it look a little more finished, which I love to do. And I think it actually made a difference in how it looked. So you'll see in the end shot what it looks like, but I thought it made it come together a little bit better. Again, I am using a strip of the raffia from the hula skirt just to create a finished look here, which I like so much better. So I did go the extra mile, and I just cut up some pieces of that rope cord and glued it around where, as you can see here, where the top meets the pumpkin. It just looked a little more finished to me. So I hope you like these. I enjoyed making them. I don't really decorate for fall. I do for Christmas, but I just wanted to try something different that I hadn't seen before. So hopefully you get inspired and try something different. But I would love to know what you think in the comments, or if you want to like or subscribe, that helps my channel, and I'll just keep producing more and more fun DIY videos. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you soon.